Good morning, friends, and happy Giving Tuesday to you on a rainy morning in Black Mountain, North Carolina, where we have so been longing for the rain. I want to take a minute on a really low budget video to tell you about the work we're doing in Guatemala. We're a low budget organization. We keep our overhead really low. We have a staff of zero point 0.5. Sarah is our director and works really hard. I make no money at all from Peg Partners. I started this organization in 2004 along with my wife Deanna. After we went to Guatemala on our honeymoon, we were not looking for a project, but we saw an intersection there between what we bring and what's needed. And honestly, we're still doing this work 12 years later for several reasons. One, because there's such a payoff for the investment. US dollars go so far in Guatemala in the context of rich relationships and deep long-term contact. So we are supporting Guatemalans who are doing work in their own communities to make things better and give their children more choices in the world. We focus on three things: literacy, critical thought, and artistic expression. So just as a few examples, we have the Briaguate program in El Tejar, which was started by some Guatemalan women who wanted to engage with a small number of kids who are basically working on the street, collecting trash in their neighborhoods in order to find something to sell in order to have enough food to eat. And they wanted to go with a deep dive with these kids and have deep intervention where they can A, help them finish school, but B, work on issues of personal hygiene and self-respect, resisting abuse, those kinds of things that can really change their lives. So there's deep intervention, there's deep relationship there with a small number of kids. In other programs, we have larger numbers of kids. For instance, the music program in that same town that we started in 2007 with Child Aid and Leaf International, that program is just going amazingly well. It has produced not only national champion musicians who've won national contests, but also at least one professional musician just a few years into this program, young Pepe, who actually plays on my most recent album, among other musical projects he's got going on. After having attended the conservatory in Guatemala City after 5 years in our music program, he's now a licensed music teacher and plays in several bands, has been on Guatemalan TV with his music and such. So we're really proud of the work that we're doing there as well. Also in the village of Sanchaj, there's a little school that was started to give access to kids who couldn't afford the ancillary fees to go to public school. Things like buying a uniform, paying for books, things like that. School in Guatemala is theoretically public and free, but in fact there are costs that are barriers to the poorest children. So we started this, we helped out with a school that had just been started in Sanchaj back in 2004, and now that school is 11 years old and serving that community. So the work we're doing there is important. We're deeply engaged. We have long-term relationships. We're empowering not only the teachers, but the students themselves. Now the students at the music program in El Tejar are teaching in their summer break, which happens in our winter. They are teaching younger kids in their communities. So the capacity building is incredible. I've seen these these kids' lives change dramatically. Now see, if we were a big organization and we were spending lots of money on a video, we'd edit that out. But we're not. This is me in my living room this morning with my phone telling you about work that's important and work where your money goes so far, where a really small investment has a really big impact and not much is removed for administrative kinds of costs. So if you're inclined to join us in this work in Guatemala, we invite you to do that, either by supporting us through the website. You can make a donation, or we've also started to take groups down now. So if you have a group from your college or your church or whatever, get in touch with us if you'd like to go down to Guatemala and have a good solid look at the work that's being done there by Guatemalans in their own communities with some support from international friends. Thank you very much for being the kinds of people who care enough to watch this whole 4.5-minute video, and blessings to you on a Giving Tuesday. Bye-bye.